What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Gotham Knights delay rumors yet again. And the title, I am being honest with the title. I know a lot of you guys have seen it in the comments, have seen it through continued coverage of this game, right? That a lot of people are just tired of this. That either they've completely jumped off, or that the delay stuff is just like, for the love of God, you know what I mean? Just like kind of move on from them already. And that's kind of a theme of this video as well. I do want to add what has, come out, who this person is that said that the game is most probably, and you guys may have seen this before, most probably going to be delayed. If you guys do like this stuff, or if you're new, you've never seen me before, welcome. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on. If you guys really like my content, you want to subscribe to my second channel. I do have one. It's called Podcast Now Plus. I do a daily video on that channel every single day, okay? So this is Roberto Serrano. Now, he follows me on Twitter. I've always thought, and this is genuine honesty, I've always thought he was a nice guy. I always think. I don't like, that didn't change like yesterday or the day before. He seems like a really nice guy. He is not very accurate when it comes to gaming leaks, okay? I don't think that's unfair to say. I don't think he's not always wrong. He's not always right. I would honestly give him more of a kind of like a 50-50 shot, whereas other people may have a higher percentage, okay? So I have nothing against him. That's very important. just because, well, again, like he does follow, I mean, that is being honest. He does follow me. I do know who he is, and I have nothing against him, okay? But somebody had asked him if this game would... Now, the interesting thing here, though, is the person asked if it's been delayed, and if it's been delayed till 2022. And then when he sent the Joker clapping, a GIF, the person said, so, like, does that mean yes? Is it delayed? And he said, most probably. But he was answering if it was delayed. He didn't technically say if it was delayed till 2022. And again, like, this is just the newest, part of the saga for this Gotham Knights stuff. It is getting annoying. It really is. I would like to keep all of our current positions, but fast forward time. You know how certain movies or shows could possibly do that. I would like to do that for us to get to the time period where we get more info on Gotham Knights. But what I'll say again, and maybe for the final time, for the Gotham Knights delay, I do think it's been delayed. I've said that for quite a while. It wasn't always the most popular thing in the world to say that this game could potentially be delayed. A lot of people didn't want to believe it. Yes, I did believe it was originally supposed to come out, February, March. Remember, that was my ongoing prediction for this game. But remember, this game was probably supposed to come out in November of 2020. Then it was probably supposed to come out, February, March, April of 2021. Now it has most definitely been delayed. Now, again, there will always be the people that say, well, the game isn't delayed if they don't say it. But again, you look at kind of internal things with the company. If they were expecting it to come out in one point and then they had to push it to another point, that is a delay. It maybe isn't a public delay, but that's getting a little too specific for my taste, okay? So, I do think the game has been pushed. I really do want to believe it's not coming out in 2022, though. I think the idea, and we can kind of see the writing on the walls, is that when all of these games, including Suicide Squad, when they were announced, you could see a plan from Warner Bros. Now, yeah, they're the publishers of Back 4 Blood. They're the publishers of Lego Star Wars. They do more than just these three games. Okay, I think a lot of people tend to forget that. But I think the general plan with these games was that Gotham Knights would come out first, okay, and would probably come out, again, when we were looking at it, probably the first half of 2021. Hogwarts Legacy would come out the second half of 2021, and then Suicide Squad Kill a Justice League, they say 2022. I personally didn't have any expectations of which part of 2022 they meant. Honestly, I would go so far to say they were talking about the fall, because I just think for whatever reason they decided to announce that game so freaking early, okay? But that was what seemed to have been the general landscape. Now, Hogwarts Legacy was delayed. I'd like to believe Hogwarts Legacy wasn't delayed for a year. I like to believe, and I keep saying that, but I like to believe that Hogwarts Legacy comes out in the first half of 2022, that it wasn't pushed to, from the holiday season of 2021 to the holiday season of 2022. And if that's the case, I still think generally they want to keep that half and half, because yes, Again, publishers are back for blood. They're, the Monolith game. If they ever show their game, if they ever show the third, Shadow of Blank game, obviously that's a really big game too. Injustice, or, whatever the next game the NetherRealm is making, even if it's not Injustice, right? They are making a lot of other games, but say those games don't come out until like 2022, 2023. Really, you look at it, and again, they probably see Gotham Knights as a moneymaker for like half of a portion of a year. It could be the first half, could be not even the first, it could be like that middle part of the year, could be the ending, right? So they see it as like probably a 3 to 6 month moneymaker. They see Hogwarts Legacy as a 3 to 6 month. They probably see Suicide Squad as that. They probably eventually see Injustice, all that kind of stuff, okay? And so I do think they want to generally keep that the same, even if the games have been delayed. So, I mean, it does suck. And again, that's just a prediction, because at the end of the day, delays are delays, and the game is going to come out when it's ready. I still think having these games released like within a month or two of each other is a terrible idea, but I guess it could happen, right? If they needed to, if Gotham Knights needed a lot of polish, and say Hogwarts Legacy, for whatever reason, they managed to pull it all together, maybe these games release closer to each other than they originally intended. At the same time, the publisher does have some control. One recent example is The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. It's my running theory, and I do think I'm right with this, that Ghost of Tsushima was actually done. Ghost of Tsushima could probably have come out before The Last of Us Part 2 did. But if you notice how whenever Last of Us got a delay, Ghost of Tsushima got a delay. When The Last of Us was delayed indefinitely, they took Ghost of Tsushima right off the board. You know what I mean? So I think it was very much intended that The Last of Us was going to go first for Sony. Like, that was a Sony decision. Sucker Punch probably had Ghost ready. They probably just put extra polish into it, but Sony wanted The Last of Us first. And honestly, it could be the same thing here, where if these games are close, they could say, okay, well, Avalanche, you guys work on Hogwarts just a little bit more, because we need to separate these games a little bit. So, I am getting tired of it. This is probably, unless there's obviously a major person that does a leak or does a rumor about Gotham Knights being delayed, I'm probably done talking about it. I do want stuff. I mean, I've been thinking about even other videos I could do talking about Red Hood and Nightwing and stuff. I mean, I want to see gameplay. I want to see villains, all that good stuff. And the delays, I feel like here's where I stand. This will end the video. Here's where I stand with delays. I am fully understanding of what's happened in 2020 and 2021. I know that these things, that what's happened has caused pretty much every game under the sun, no matter what, to be delayed in some capacity. Okay, that's just the cold stone truth, okay? That's what's happened over the last year, and actually full year. We're kind of at the anniversary point, right? So over the past year, that's what's happened. I think it's still going to happen, and that probably every game that comes out in 2021 will at some point have been pushed just a little bit, and maybe we won't even notice, but it will. And then 2022, maybe it goes back to normal. So I understand it. I would go so far to say that I'm okay with it, but at the same time, I am annoyed. I mean, it is annoying to have a very, very dead period of games, a very dead period of consoles. I mean, you still see people that can't get the PS5, can't get the Series X, stuff like that. So it is definitely annoying. It's not boring, I guess, but it is like, okay, I want games, I want info to talk about, and it's been a tough year. There's no doubt about it, especially the gaming industry. Obviously, the movie industry has had it even harder, but for the gaming industry, it's been very, very tough. So hopefully, Roberto, when he was talking about the delay, he simply meant it's delayed. And that's, by the way, what I've been saying for months, what a lot of other people have been saying for a long time as well. Remember, I think Degenerate Jay, he doesn't even think this game, I don't think he ever thought this game was actually coming out in 2021. So he was very much, ahead of the curve, right? So we'll have to see how it all kind of shakes out. I hope he just means it was delayed from when it was originally supposed to release. I still think we'll get this game this year. I don't know about the summer. I think probably by October, November, it would come out. But we just got to wait and see. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Are you getting tired about hearing if the game's delayed or not? Do you think it will be? All that stuff, let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. Again, if you guys want to subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus is its name. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. There will be different topics. I'm not going to just talk about delays going forward. There will be different topics for Gotham Knights, and I hope to see you guys there.